Hello, everyone. My name is Robin from Robin's Creations, and on today we will be working in Cricut Design Space. What we're going to do for today's assignment, we are going to be taking a 5x7 card and placing your personalized stamp. It will read handmade by, and then insert your name, or made by, and then insert your name. Let's dive in. First, I'm going to share my screen so we can get started. Great. So what we have here so far is the canvas. We're going to go ahead and open up the shapes, select the square, and we're going to be making a 5x7 card. And when you make the 5x7 card, you can just go up to the top, turn the lock off, and we're going to make the width of the card, we're going to make it 10 inches because it needs to be 10 inches in width. So we'll change that to a 10. And then the height, we're going to make that 7 inches. So now let's change the color just to make it a little lighter and brighter and cheerful for that matter. Then, so the dimensions, once you click on here, you can see it's the width is 10 inches and then the height is 7. Then we'll go over back to the shapes and we're going to select the score line. So we have the score line and we'll extend it downward because we want this to go for the full length. Then we'll take the score line as well as the 5x7 card and we're going to ask Cricut to align. And we're going to center the score line horizontally. So now the score line is 5 inches so that when we fold the card, it will be an actual 5x7 card. So that's great. So what we want to do is take these two elements here, and then we're going to go ahead and group them together. And so that they will print out together, we're going to go ahead and attach them so that the scoring will stay attached to the card. So we have the card here. So let's add some text. So I like to use the handwriting or the writing text from Cricut Sans. So let's type out our text for now. We're going to say, let me see here. Let's say handmade by. Just as simple as that. Handmade by. And then I'll just keep, well, handmade with love by Robin's Creations, LLC. So now we have our personalized text. And since the name is so long, I'm going to just use made. and capitalize it. And for some reason, I just like to, and it's your preference. You can definitely you know, do as you like, but I oftentimes like every first character of each word capitalized. So I have Made with Love by Robin's Creations LLC. So you can see here that it is using the Cricut Sans font and the font is regular. Let's change that font to the writing font and it'll get much smaller and thinner. So we're going to minimize so that it will fit on the back of the card. And this, we will, of course, use our pen, the fine point pen, to go ahead and allow the pen to write this on the back of each card so that when you give your card out to your recipient, to each recipient, it will have your stamp of approval. This card was made by Robin's Creations. And you can mass produce this 5x7 piece and have the base of the card ready so that by the time you decide on what card you would like to make, you don't have to get ready. You'll already be ready. So here we have Made with Love by Robin's Creations LLC. So before we attach it, let's go ahead and duplicate it. And I'll tell you why. So we're going to push that off to the side. So now what we're going to do here, so this is 3 inches. Let's reduce the size just a bit and elongate the text. Okay, so here we have it, and you can see that it's a bit tight here. Let's open it up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and just open it up a smidge, just so that when the pen is writing, you can easily see each letter. And what we'll do is just move it over just a hair. And I'll minimize that just a bit. It seems like it's Cricut Design Spaces. Okay, now it just caught up because it was frozen for a minute there. Sometimes you got to give it time to think. So let's zoom out a little bit. And we'll take both of these elements and move them down. Move this element over. And we'll get a chance to see when this prints out, how it will look, and are we satisfied? I love it. So we can go ahead and group these 2 elements together. And then, of course, attach them. It's just that easy. So here, for the card, let's go ahead and, let me see here, since it was attached 2 times, and let's go here. So we have this group. So let's duplicate this group. So it'll give us the card stock. So here, the second one, I just wanted to do something just a little different here. And you can see that the card, the 5x7 card is in front of the text. So we're going to arrange that where we're going to bring the text to the front. And let's increase the size in here so that you can see, what I'm doing and not have it so tiny. So we're going to take the lock off. We don't want it to constrain proportionately. We're going to just kind of skew it in a manner that we like best. So, and then let's open up the letter spacing. Okay, here. So we can decrease this so we can see the whole card. And I would like to give this one a little curvature. So we can go ahead and curve it a bit. So that looks really nice. I like it. So let's move it up a little bit just so that it's not so close to the bottom. And let me see here. That looks great. So we'll go ahead and group those two items together. Oh, I guess I wasn't grouping, huh? Looks like I hit duplicate. While I'm sharing my screen, I am actually, I have quite a few things over top of the buttons. Okay, so we'll go ahead and group those two elements together. And then lastly, we will go ahead and attach them. Okay. So I'm not sure of what happened to my text and why. Let's try that again. And we're going to go ahead and group and then attach. Okay, so this is not going so well. So let's go back all the way back until the score line gets on top because I kind of lost everything. So I guess the everything needs to be grouped together, which is fine. And then attach. So when we go to make it, so we're going to go ahead and save. And actually we so we can go ahead and save this here. And we'll just call it the 5x7 stamp. And we'll keep the category in cards and then save it. And we're not going to physically print it. I'm going to just awesome. Yay! So we can see that all the elements that we can see how they're going to print. And it looks like they are going to print rather nicely. So we can go ahead and cancel that because we're not going to print anything out. We're just going to go ahead and just view everything. So now what we're going to do, since we've already saved it, let's see if we bring this over. Okay. So now we're going to try and go to, okay, so we'll take this project that we just created and we're going to share the project. And that's what it's called. It's called Project Share. So I, in fact, work with a lot of different groups. I have events and I Zoom with friends. I We get on Zoom and craft, and I do that with my friends. So oftentimes what we do or what I do is project share. So I'll go ahead and copy, and then it's attached to your clipboard, and then you can email it or you can send it by text message. And that is for the offline project. If you want it to be or that's for the private. I have a private link, but if you want to publicly share, then you can follow the prompts and add the photos, and you can, publicly have your project out there. But I am just showing you how you can do a project share with friends. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to someone, just so that if you wanted to share a project with friends, that you're able to do so with items that are Cricut access. If a member and all of the items within on your canvas are in fact owned by Cricut, you can do a project share. Once you start adding in extra things, items, elements, you won't be able to project share. So I look forward to hearing your feedback. You're going to have to let me know in the chat whether you tried this feature. It has been here for years, but I like to use it and thought I would bring it up again to those of us who like to share projects. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.